goes by. People always ask me why black holes. Listen up, baby girl, shit, I'm about to let you know why I always got a black holes. Whoa, 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 whoa. They talking shit up in my comments. Yeah, they don't know, but I'm about to block them. Cause every day I block hoes. They be being shady, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cause you know I block hoes, baby. In different area codes, baby. You never know, but I block.
Hey y'all, happy Monday. What is up, everybody? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being tuned in. I ain't gonna say thank y'all for y'all patience because I am only a few minutes behind today. Okay, not like normal, but I'm still a little under the weather, y'all. I just didn't want to fall too far behind. So I say let me do a little quick one too. As long as my voice rock and I'm rolling, okay? But y'all could probably hear in my voice that it's not all the way there. I don't know why every time I get sick, my voice go first. That is some crazy work, child. But anyway, shout out to y'all. We got 143 in the building already, and it's going up, up, and up. Anyways, let me see who up in here. Then we're gonna get into the smoke because there's a lot going on, y'all. It is a whole lot going on. Y'all know I don't typically talk about, the drama within the CCs and the family and this and that, but we're gonna talk just a little bit about it. Just a little bit because it's it, let me say this. It's giving a whole lot of hypocrisy and contradictions. Okay? It's giving a whole lot of that. But let me see. Hey, Miss Vicky. Hey, Sweet Queen. Shout out to you, my girl. Nita M. Miss Simone. We got Miss Lolita. Miss E. Casing in the building. Michelle the Bell. Miss Jackie. Who else we got? Miss Michelle. Steph Puffin Stuff. We got, hold up, Brandy in the building. Lily, of course. Latay. Miss Ramona. Chosen, I love you more, Miss Angela B. While I'm doing my shout outs, make sure y'all start putting in the chat how y'all feeling about everything. Because I do want to know how y'all feel, especially with everything that's going on. More so the family drama. Because it is public. It's a public situation, so we can talk about it. At the end of the day, it's not personal, but it is very much public. So if y'all feel, because y'all as supporters, I know y'all have certain feelings about certain things that go on as well. So make sure y'all let me know how y'all feeling. Hey Miss Angela, hey Caramel, hey Treasure Life, Miss Lovely. We got one Reese Pooh, Sierra in the building, Miss Rhonda, Miss Evian, Miss Lisa, Tokyo Blues, Black Widow, Vet, Miss Rebecca, my sis, of course, say it with your chest, always. Miss Geraldine, Miss Renita, Gemini. We got, hold up, let me see. Miss Barbara. We got Tasha in the building. We got Kay Brown. Chosen by God is in the building. Who else? You say Dawn broke my heart. I know. Y'all, that was a lot. That was a lot. That was a whole lot. We're going to get into it, but it was a lot. Hey, Kimberly. Who else? Hey, Michaela. Hey, Miss Sexy Ray. Hey, Teresa. Always hit the like button. Enjoy your commentary. Thank you. Hey, Gina. Hey, Miss Cynthia. Hey, Alyssa. I hope I said that right. That's a new name. Shout out to you. Hey, who else? Who else? Miss Veronica, Dreamy Girl, of course. Miss Amelia, Sweetly Favorite, Sassy M. Okay. We packing the houses down on this good old Monday, y'all. It's the beginning of the work week, but this week will fly by fast, just like the rest of them. Hey, down south. Hey, Queen B. Thank you, Caramel. Yes, y'all hit the like button as y'all come in there where y'all don't have to leave out the chat to hit it. Hey, Kim friend. This is just crazy and sad. It is. Hey, spiritual butterfly. Who else we got? Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Gina. Hey, Laurie. Hey, Aisha. Hey, Miss Camille. You said I think the husband was very disrespectful to Dawn. He had no business talking about her like that. Facts. Hey, Miss Lila. I can't take disrespect and play like too much. Hey, Kayla. It's sad and overwhelming. Hey, T. Hey, Miss Duncan. Simple Royalty in the building. Shell. Okay, shout out to YouTube for getting out the notifications. Because y'all know they don't normally do that. Let me see. Hey, Lakeisha. Hey, Pop. Out the bushes today. It's a mess, but Dawn did what she had to do. Let me see. I feel it's unfair how Dawn being picked and lied on, which that's crazy. Like that. I feel like it should never get to that point. It should never get to that point. That's some crazy. Let me see. Lisa, I feel it's sad that things between the families should not be done on social media. I agree to a certain extent. I feel like Um, which y'all know, I'm real big on not bringing your business to social media. But when certain things come out, at the end of the day, we all human, and sometimes you can push to the point where you have no choice but to respond. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. I feel like you can't put uh hold a higher regard to one party and the other party is doing something totally different. Sometimes people feel like they need to meet you where you at. And if it's in hell, then let's get burned together. Okay? Listen. Sometimes you gotta meet people in hell. You might not want to, but huh. Hey Laurie. Miss Barbara said it was more than a lot. All I can say is wow. Sometimes you need to just make you feel better. Yep. Hey, Miss Christina. And you know everybody is different too, y'all. Sometimes people they take things different. Like, take me for instance. My name done been drug all up and through these streets, okay? But how often do y'all see me respond? Because at the end of the day, I could give two flying, you know what? Because I feel like I didn't come here for the people that could possibly be saying something negative. I came here for my supporters. If it's not affecting y'all, then I don't care. But everybody don't move like that. Everybody is not the same way. Some people have thicker skin, some don't. And it just is what it is. So everybody can't handle, a lot of criticism. So they feel like they need to respond, and that's on their body at the end of the day. If they want to respond, they can. Because other people gonna respond. So hey, why not respond? Why not do your big one? Hey, Miss Miriam. Hey, Tawanda. Hey, Mia. Mia is crazy, y'all. Mia. One thing about Mia, Mia gonna let them know. Mia gonna let them know how Pac was done. Okay. Shout out to you, Mia. Shout out to you, girl. Hey, Miss Ashley. Hey, free my sister. You say I watch everybody from the bushes nowadays, but that situation is sad. I want to live somebody over my sister, so I can't imagine. Hey, Sophia. What really hurted Dawn was when Toya wrote under Dawn post and said she wished she never knew Dawn in real life. That hurted me so bad. Hey Miss Jackie. Let's see. That lets you know his first apology when he dogged her wasn't real. I didn't even know it was an apology. This saga turns to chaos and Robert and Naomi is unbothered. This becoming personal with individuals. It's definitely personal for a lot of people. Definitely. Let me see. Hey, Miss Roslyn. Hey, Jazzy. I tried to stay out the system mess, but disrespect overdue. But now that's one of the things I can say I never agree with. Like, I don't care what go on among siblings. Please keep your spouse out of it. Because sometimes and it depends on temperament also. Because a person can say something and they could be speaking for you, but they can literally burn every bridge that you have because y'all got to keep in mind a lot of times our spouses don't know the relationship we have with certain family members. How many times you could have possibly borrowed some money from a family member, whether it be your sister, your brother, your mama, your cousin, and your spouse don't know about it. times where you had to depend on family and because your spouse didn't have it or you didn't want to ask your spouse. And I'm speaking in general, in a situation as a whole, not just their situation, but this is definitely a situation to dialogue on because it don't just happen on the internet, y'all. That's why I posted in Dawn chat. This is real life stuff. Stuff like this happens on a daily basis. Family fall out all the time. This conversation definitely needs to be had. Because it ain't just them, it's just that day situation on the internet, but it happens all the time. Sometimes you could be closer with a stranger and your family could be doing you the dirty. That stuff like that happens on a daily basis. And my man better not be disrespectful. Y'all, that I feel like it's no coming back from that. Not, and that's just my opinion. Not saying that they can't, but anytime it gets to that point, it's like, dang, bro, like really all of that, like, come on now, wishing DEATH on my sibling, like that's a lot. That is a lot. I don't care what we go through. Don't been quiet. Other people starting this is stay out of family business. I really hate that for them, but I'm gonna keep minding the business that pays me. I'm praying for their family. Hey, Miss Cornelia. Hey, Sid. Miss Veronica said it's too much going on with the siblings. I think Toya is wrong letting her husband talk about doing the things he says are unforgivable. He is the reason why I don't support her anymore. And I think that's why she lost a lot of her support because of, those things, which is crazy. But hey, but hey, and I feel like another thing too, people say, oh well, he did it on his own. She couldn't control it. I don't feel like she couldn't because I know doggone well if I'm getting into it with one of my siblings, and first of all, I would never allow my spouse gonna have a problem with me if he try to come to the internet and dog my sibling like that. That's point blank period. Like we're not doing that. We could talk our ish behind the scenes because we all know if you married or you have a significant other or whatever, you vent to your person. That's who you vent to, especially about family. Just as well, keep this in mind because I peeped this tea also that the same person venting to their family about their significant other as well. So it can get a little dirty on either side. That's why you got to be mindful when you saying certain things. Because just like we might be venting to our spouse, we could be venting to our sister, our brother, our cousin about our spouse when they ain't handling their business. So, child, listen, it could get real ugly. It could get real ugly. And I feel like we all know that. We all know that. We all have been through some issues with family. Just ain't came to the internet. The words that come out of your mouth can definitely determine your life lessons or struggles. Facts. Facts. You keep your spouse out of it because when you make up, they will look at the spouse different. That is definitely a fact. Especially when, take for instance, if you going through it with your spouse and you involve your family members. That's why a lot of times one thing I could say that my grandma always used to say, if you and your husband having issues, keep your family out of it. Because your family gonna always have your best interest at heart. Not you and your spouse. If you want somebody that's gonna have both of y'all best interests, go to a therapist. Because your family ain't gonna do it. They gonna cut for you and not your spouse. So when y'all done made up and y'all back on good terms, guess what? Your family looking at them crazy at the barbecue and don't want to give them no dressing bake or no potato salad. So no, keep people out your business. Let me see. Baby, yes, let's talk about it. Listen, I ain't read that, Michelle Bell. We could talk, y'all, but I don't want it to. I don't want it to be to the point where they feel like I'm being disrespectful because y'all know I run my platform a certain way. But I do want y'all to speak y'all piece because I've been getting inboxes and a few people been asking me like, how can we express how we feel and this and that about everything that's going on? And y'all know for the most part, I try to keep that away from my platform because I'm not going back and forth with nobody. Baby, you could say any and everything about me. I could care less because guess what? That's your opinion, and that don't mean it's fact. And if it ain't affecting me paying my bills, I could care less or my kids, because I don't play by my cheering baby. But I feel like this live was definitely warranted because I gotta rub just a little bit in a few people's faces because when Pac was put out there, when my personal V notes was put out there for the world to hear, not by myself, might I add, it was a whole lot of people that was crucifying me to the cross, might I add. Oh, you wrong, Pac, you this, you that. And let me stress this again. I didn't put them out myself. Those were personal conversations that we all have. And now it's a lot of the same people that share the same regard that's speaking up now, being very vocal. That's some crazy work, B. And I didn't even go too hard. Like, I feel like I said certain things that I didn't agree with about a certain party, but I didn't go that hard. I feel like it's going a little even further now. I didn't go that hard with certain things that I said, but I was crucified. I lost by 5 followers. All of them count, okay? Even though I gained thousands more, I did lose about 5, baby. And I love all my followers. But let me say this too, because I did have some people say, "How can you unblock me?" After they start seeing ish hit the fan and more back end stuff started coming to the front line. That's when people wanted to get unblocked. No, if I block you, baby, you staying there. You staying there because I feel like this. If I have a personal relationship with my supporters, what I do with other CCs shouldn't affect what it is with my supporters. If y'all get my drift. Like if we build a bond, we build a relationship, y'all rock with me because y'all rock with me for me, then it shouldn't be an issue if I fall out with another content creator. Like that's not cool. That's not cool. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people, very vocal now, and child, y'all lucky. I try to stay out the drama because it's a few people that I'm gonna rename nameless that had a whole lot to say about me whenever, like I said, my V notes were released for the world to hear, and they saying the very same ish but amplified times 5. Child, it's the hypocrisy for me. It's the hypocrisy for me. Angel said, let me see. Hello, look, I can chat. I applaud Dawn for getting off her chest. They have been playing in her face for a long time, and it has been obvious why certain narratives have been spun by certain people. It's a bunch of jealousy towards one sister to another, not going to name which sister. Hey, Miss Gloria. Hey, twin girl. Hey, Kiana with the Q. That's exactly why I don't say nothing. It's sad. Nope, not me. Blood don't always have to be family. Listen, because I got some people that I've been rocking with since elementary school. Like I have some sisters in real life that's not blood, and we ain't never had an issue. Never. And then fell out with family. Because family be doing some grimy ish. And that's the fact. People think that just because you family that you have to, even though you're supposed to ride for your family. But it's certain things that can be done that's no coming back from. And that's on period. Like it's certain lines that can be crossed to where we can't uncross them. And I'm pretty sure it didn't happen to the best of us. The only thing that I can say, and I feel like a lot of people agree, it shouldn't have came to the internet, but sometimes ish happens. Ish happens, especially when you do a lot of work on the internet. When you working on the internet, you involved with stuff on the internet. You don't want people looking at you in a certain light. It's gonna come to the internet sometime. Do I agree with it? No, but at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, and it happens. It happens. Hey, Key. Oh, let me see. See. Hey, sweet Mocha. At this point, he didn't disrespect the entire family because the brothers don't have anything to do with this. Now that I was kind of thrown for a loop. I'm like, why is shade being thrown at the brothers? Like they ain't said nothing. And I seen a few people saying they felt like, RH and Kevin should say something. No, that's two sisters. That's two sisters, and you don't want it to give that a side is being chosen. Even though one of the sisters' husband did get involved, but that still don't mean they have to say nothing because it's still family business. It's still family business. But this tough. This is a tough situation, y'all. Hey, Miss Robin. right? No coming back. My uncles wanted to unalive my kid's father for cheating. So imagine if they knew my next relationship was physically abusive. It's past fixing now. Yep. Hey, Miss Darlene. And you can love family from a distance. You know, you can still have or send them well wishes, still love them from a distance. Because sometimes things are irreparable, if that's a word, child. Y'all know what I mean. But sometimes you can't fix stuff, you know, and it just is what it is. Even though life is short and things can happen that you can't take back, but at the end of the day, like I said before, I feel like when certain lines are crossed, it's hard to come back from it. Now, if they was to break up, because I'm pretty sure that's the root of their problems. If they was to break up, then yeah, a possible repair probably could be done. You know, once a certain person is out the picture. But hey, who knows? Who knows? I'm definitely gonna pray for them. And y'all know me and what the sister don't see eye to eye after my V note situation, but I still hope the best for everybody. I never like to see family going through these types of things, you know. But like I say, we all have been through situations with our family, and it just never came to the internet. But you know, I'ma still pray for all parties involved because that's just my heart, you know. But it is what it is. Like I said, when I said some real shit, people crucified me. You know, people crucified me because I said I didn't agree with, you know, the marijuana being smoking in front of the kids or certain things being done in front of the, you know, I was crucified for that. I was crucified for that, child. And not everybody don't agree. That's some crazy work, y'all. Victoria said, I feel like they have a lot of unresolved issues and the internet is only making it worse. Facts between them both. Sometimes family is just that family. Love them from a distance. Yep. I think the only thing that could possibly kind of repair is therapy. Family therapy probably would be the only thing that could possibly get some type of resolve because it's a lot that needs to be gotten off of all of their chest, you know, without the husband. I'm talking about just the siblings. There's a lot that needs to be said because it's, you know, and they did make mention that they didn't grow up together. Well, some did, some didn't. So, you know, it's two different. You got to look at it. It's two different upbringings that, you know, came together later on in life and it's clashing. And it happened. It happened. Hey, Secrets. What's up, girl? Y'all know who Secrets is. Hey, Miss White. Let me see, y'all. Let me go down. Let me see what y'all talking about. Hey, Miss Cynthia. Hey, Snooki. No man with moral standards is getting on the internet talking like he did. He is ghetto and trash. I feel like it's a certain way to do things, right? And y'all know I'm real big on looking at people's actions. And sir, if I feel like if you are disrespect to a certain level, then what's to make us think that you're not doing that to your wife? Because baby, that was some crazy work. Even in front of the babies, like child, that was crazy. Hey Vet, hey, I'm her. Sweetie Favor say even if she couldn't control it, she definitely didn't have to be sitting by his side silent while it all went down, especially letting the kids hear it all. That was my biggest thing. Like, don't do that in front of the kids. Suck this, suck that. Who child? Who child? Hey, Miss Vonda. My man be trying to side with. I get mad at him. I tell him you just need to listen. Yes, exactly, Miss E. Because you know, when we tell our spouse something, our spouse gonna side with us, no matter who it is. And if you got the child, listen, depending on what type of spouse you got, baby, there is some spouses out there that will go against their own mother for their wife. I got a man like that, baby. He don't let nobody play with me. So, but you gotta be careful of certain things that you say. It's okay to vent, but you gotta know who to vent to in certain situations. Because certain things, you know, and then you don't want to put too much on your spouse also because it becomes a buildup because to them they're considered your protector against whoever. So you want to be mindful of certain things that you tell your spouse also because they keeping all of that. They keeping everything and eventually that everything gotta go somewhere. So we gotta look at it from both aspects, also, y'all, and be cautious of the things that you saying to your spouse and to your family. Because based on Dawn's lie, baby, Dawn said a lie. It was a lot of secrets that was revealed to her about the husband. So it's like, ooh, child, it's a lot going on, baby. It's a lot going on. Let me see. Who said that? I didn't even say my disclaimer. Thank you, creative. I don't want to say your whole name. Thank you for that cash app blessing. I appreciate you. And y'all know my disclaimer. I ain't gonna even say it. If y'all want to help me with my goal, y'all can. If y'all don't, hit the like button. Make sure y'all watching my little ads. Please watch them ads, y'all. And hit the like button. That's what keeps us in the algorithm, keeps us growing, keeps our content being pushed out there. So y'all make sure y'all do that for y'all girl. And if y'all want to get a membership, y'all can too. That is pinned in the chat at the top. You just gotta click on it for it to expand. Let me see. Let me see. I wouldn't even touch on this story. This is these people real life that came to the internet, but I personally would let it go by me because siblings come back from worse and guess who's the villain. I agree. I agree. I come from a family full of male Gemini and male Virgo. I hope neither brother responds to the brother-in-law. I hope so too. I'm chosen. I feel like some things shouldn't be touched on. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what's said, sometimes you have to be the bigger person in certain situations. Sometimes you have to, especially when it's surrounding family. When it's surrounding family, you might be heated in that moment and then say some very hurtful things, but sometimes it's best to not even touch it. Just let them get it off their chest and keep it pushing. Because I don't know nobody who argues and keep it love. You know you're gonna say some stuff, especially if you impulsive. You're gonna say some stuff now. Hey, Miss D. I don't think it would be this bad if it was never brought to the internet. I really hope they can come to terms. It's definitely different when it's brought to the internet because now you have opened the door for a lot of unwanted and unwarranted opinions. So it definitely hits a little harder when it's said in front of a lot of people. Um, Now on your calls, all this drama and the truth needs to put his foot down, no matter if that is his baby mama. She is the reason for all this drama on social media that needs to be enforced. And you know what, Miss Geraldine, I agree, but at this point, it's nothing he can do. It's nothing he can do. While she over there talking about spring break child and all the kids going to their dad and she need a break as if she ain't just come back from LA and left her cheering. But that's neither here nor there. All of this foolishness is going on. But it's nothing that could be done. We know that she started all of this by initially bringing their business to the internet, and it just went, uh, how they say it? It went crazy from there. It went crazy. It spread like wildfire. Um, Nola said, yeah, I didn't expect you to speak on it. I had to, y'all. I had to. And y'all, like I said, y'all know I don't typically speak on certain things. And this live is not to, talk down on none of the parties, but I'm speaking from an aspect of hypocrisy. Because like I said, when my V notes, because I was affected by all of this, when my V notes hit the World Wide Web, not by my own doing, it was a lot of opinions and it was a lot of crucifixion against me. And now it's like, dang, well, everybody feel the same way. But when I said it and it came to the media, I was crucified. I was crucified, John. And it's people saying way worse. Let's not forget. This is a little reminder. A little reminder. Hey, Kimberly. I think I'm more worried now about what he had to say about Dawn's brothers. One thing for women to go back and forth, but when men it gets beat, I agree it does. But I personally don't think that they gonna respond because Dawn did say she was on the phone with RH and he was trying to talk her out of it. So I'm glad she let that be known. Because we already know certain people gonna try to say he made her do it or whatever, which how can he make her do it when this issue don't even involve him? I'm not understanding. But it is what it is. But he did try to talk her against it. And I did hear Dawn say that even in another conversation, one of the things he said was, if somebody says something negative about your sister, you say something positive, even if y'all not getting along. Even if y'all not getting along. So he definitely tried to um, try to help the situation. But in these type of situations, there's only so much you can do as an outsider, even if you're family. Because things were said about the brothers too, indirectly, but everybody knew who he was talking about. So, hey, Jaquita, everybody know what's going on, child. Because I wish a ninja would I have married three sisters? Ain't no way he getting his AB talking about my family. Hey, Tanaya. And this isn't the first time he has come on line loud and wrong, speaking on Dawn and what the H does, what he said have to do with her situation. She has nobody but herself to blame. My spouse don't say anything if me and my sisters have a disagreement, and if I ask him something about it, he'll check me and tell me he ain't getting into that issue. And that's a fact, because and that's one thing about my fiance. Like, I vent to him and he know, and he just I think it go in one ear and out the other, especially when it's involving family, because he know how family is. He know how family is. Five, girl, five, Michelle Bell. It was five, y'all. Hey, Shay. Let me see. Let me see. Um, Blackity Black. Say, can't no husband of mine talk about my siblings. Let me deal with my parents, kids, and peace, please. Let me see. Let me go down. That's why I didn't ask. Let me not even mention that name, child. I stay out of it. I keep telling people to stay out of CCB because they can make peace. That's sad. And now y'all see that though, even with the CCs, right? It's a lot of CCs that then fell out and now they're back cool. So that's why it's best, even though people do what they want to do at the end of the day, but you can see what's going on, and that's why it's best to just stay out of it. Stay out of it, because you never know what can happen, and then people make up just like with families, and then boom, guess what? You looking crazy. You looking crazy because you didn't say F them, F this, F that, and now they back cool, and both of them looking at you like boo boo the fool. Let me see. Brittany say yes, I'm chosen. I just pray that everyone can be on good terms, but bringing it to the internet isn't helping at all. I hope that Dawn doesn't leave YouTube. I like her. I don't think Dawn leaving. I don't think she leaving. Like I said, I'm praying for all parties involved, because at the end of the day, y'all, regardless of what they came to the internet, I cannot stress this enough. They are family. They family at the end of the day. Husbands and wives break up all the time. And guess what? Your family will be there. Even unless it's, because like I said, things can happen to where certain lines can't be uncrossed, because family can do some very, very hurtful things that you like, I'ma love you from a distance. Me personally, and this is just my opinion, I feel like their situation is reconcilable. I feel like it is. It would take some therapy. Therapy is definitely needed for the siblings as a whole, but it would have to exclude a certain party. I feel like it is reconcilable with the exclusion of a certain party. So, but outside of that, I don't know. I don't know, because once certain things are said, once you start wishing D on people, that's tough. Like, that's tough. They should both apologize and move on. Obi should stay out of that and let his wife handle this with his sister. It's only making it worse. I really wish this whole saga could be over. Um, he say I definitely talk ish about my family to my husband. Okay, and he does with me, but he wouldn't dare say anything to them out of respect. But we be roasting they are slapping my ear off. However, I would to his family. Hey, Freddie. Let me see. I always tell my daughter, don't tell me nothing about her husband, because at the end of the day, when she make up with him, I'm going to still be in my feelings. Facts. Facts. Do not tell me nothing. Don't tell me nothing about your relationship. And I have a sister right now, y'all, that, you know, well, that's my sister, so we always was close, but she was dealing with a guy and he was abusive and all of these things, child. And I could have went to jail behind this ninja because I'm that sister that they call when some ish going down. So I'm like, no, it really put a strain on our relationship. Now, mind you, they not together no more, but it put a strain on our relationship because you calling me when he do something, but then you taking him back, y'all making up, and I'm looking at him like the devil. Like, what's going on? Those type of situations can really put a strain. I don't know what happened behind the scenes with them, but whatever it is, I feel like the husband did too much. Hey, Miss Brenda. Hey, Miss Janice. Like getting on the internet talking trash when you have my number. Yep. I feel like a call in any situation, if it could be resolved behind the scenes, do it behind the scenes first. Do it behind the scenes first. If you can, that should be the way to go in any situation. I'm not talking about just their situation. I'm talking about in general, period. Because it's a lot of people that do certain things or bring certain things to the internet in any situation. If it's a person that you value or once value and it's reconcilable, talk to that person first. Get some type of resolve. Because if you bring it to the internet, then guess what? Everybody gonna have an opinion. Everybody. Hey, Lady Divine. Shout out to you for being an 11-month member. Hey, Kim Kobe. Thank you. That, that whole family has been through so much and it's sad. Facts. Facts. It's going to take a lot of God and a lot of therapy to try to repair, Because I feel like the brothers was brought into it and they should have never been brought into it. The sisters was getting into it, but I don't feel like the brothers should have been brought into the situation, especially certain things being said on how they feel when they're not even speaking up. Like they not saying how they feel, or they not saying, "Oh, I picked this sister over that sister." They trying to love both of their sisters. So that was unfortunate. What you want to do? Not right. No, they at school. Tell him to call. I'm online. Tell him I say for him to call so you can get your hair done. Thank you, Lizzie, for that cash app blessing. I appreciate you, my girl. Hey, Sabi. Hey, Amina. My bad, y'all. That was my little baby. She had to get a tooth pulled today. So she been at home with mommy. Hey, Miss Ilka. Let me see. I'm all for protect your family, but he was so disrespectful to people that didn't mean any harm. When you get to that point, you need to get off the internet because a real man would never. Thank you, free my sister. You say I hate they lost their mother at a young age. Not being raised together caused these issues, in my opinion. I feel like to a certain extent it has. Like I said, I spoke on different upbringings. When you raise in two different households, differently, it can cause certain issues. But I do feel like if they still had their mom, she probably could also try to come to some type of resolve. Because she wouldn't want her kids fighting like that. Like she wouldn't go for that. Most moms wouldn't go for that. Let me see. Totally agree because they lost the connection as siblings. And it was a lot of outside noise that didn't help the situation either. Hey, blessed queen. But it started. It's all of this started, even though the divorce. Well, it could be partial the reason why, but all of this started on that good old day, October 15th, 2022. People might say, "Oh, it ain't got nothing." Yes, it do, baby. That's when it started coming out. When family members was being mentioned, child, you had people that wasn't even in the saga being mentioned. That's when all of this started. So it's hard to say um who brought this to the internet, who didn't bring this to the internet when it initially came out by another party. Their family business was spoke on by Laonia. We all know that. And that's when it really started. Let me see. No one does, but we have to be accountable and recognize when we are the problem. Facts, facts, baby. I was raised up to love them from a distance. People so hell bent on supporting dysfunction because how is smoking drugs in front of kids a okay thing? Well, y'all know I didn't agree, y'all, and I got crucified for it, child. Hey, Miss Cynthia. Hey, Miss Lisa. Um, hey, Miss Sharonda. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Hey, Raquel. Um, hey, Kim. Kim said, I feel like the CCN supporters should stay out of it and keep their opinions to themselves because that's not helping the situation either. We're going to the band. That's true. That's fact. But, and you know, I do for the most part, but I had to say something. Not so much about their situation, but when it involved me, when I was crucified, I'm definitely going to speak on me, baby. The kids was in the backseat looking good. Both parents still going off without a care in the world. Therapy and staying off the internet as a whole. I wonder what people would have to say if the family disappeared for a month to work on their differences. They could say a lot, but I mean, there's only so much you can say when you're not privy to information, right? You could say a whole lot, just like with the Launia situation. When she ain't putting out no content, you could, all you can really do is speculate and give your opinion, not based in fact, because you don't know what's going on, you know. So I feel like that's needed, but is it going to happen? You know, family. I mean, not family, child. Therapy would be the best thing, but you have to want to go also. Um, a person that speaks like that definitely does it to them as well. I had a man calling me an itch, and his wife standing there, laugh out loud. I basically told him his itch was on the side of him. Child, listen, that's a whole nother conversation. That is a whole nother conversation. Hey, Miss Linda. Hey, Demetria. Thank you, Miss Ilka. Thank you for the support. Excuse me, y'all. I'm cooking while listening. Okay, girl. What you cooking over there? Tonight, you say, I bet people was looking at that little man in the parking lot, screaming and wondering who he's gonna bite. Hey, Miss Nina. Latasia, I didn't told her. I hope she gets out because if your husband speaks to strangers like that, I know he does to her as well. That was some crazy work, y'all. That's some crazy work. I ain't gonna lie. If I was to see my fiance disrespecting a woman to that magnitude, I'm gonna be looking at him real crazy because uh that's the type of tone you can take with a woman, baby. You ain't sparing me, no, regardless of what you say. You ain't sparing me. That mean I can get it too. All I gotta do is tish you off. So you definitely gotta be mindful. Y'all remember when Laonia put that she put that post up saying a man who disrespects his mama ain't gonna respect me. That's a red flag. But even though she's still with him, but she did put that post up there. So that speaks volumes. If a man will disrespect his mother, you got to know he don't have no respect for no woman. And I'm talking about Janashos, because that's what Laonia said. That's what she said. Let me see. Let me see. Hey, Miss Diane. Hey, Honeybee. Hey, the Jade. Stop blaming this on Bree. Well, I feel like it is kind of low key her fault. Not the situation as a whole, JJ, but how it initially came to the internet. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know if you're talking to me or referring to somebody in the chat, but the initial family business came to the internet from her. You know, their mom was spoke on, their dad was spoke on, all of that. Now, you know, the siblings do have some things they need to work on regardless. Therapy is definitely needed because you can tell that it's some issues. Like you can see the tension, baby. You can hear the hurt and all of that. But Laonia definitely played a part. She definitely played a part initially. Not right now. Let's not get it misconstrued. Initially, she definitely played a part. Because think about it. Had she not brought her and RH's business to the internet, none of this would be going on right now. That's where it initially stemmed from. Um, when it gets to this extreme, it's time to exit the internet and seek some help. I agree. I agree. It would have to. Things would have to stop coming to the internet to try to get some type of resolve. But y'all you got to know that when trust is broken to a certain magnitude, it's hard. You gotta be willing to repair. You got to be willing, y'all. You got to be willing. And based on both parties, it don't sound like reconciliation is in the future. We can only hope. Like I said, I'ma still pray for all parties involved. I don't have no ill will towards nobody. I don't care if I fell out with you. This is the internet, child. This is why I don't take things as serious as everybody, And that's not no shade, but I just feel like it's not that serious. The internet, people don't really know you for real. They don't have a personal physical connection to you as far as getting to know you in person outside of just what they see on the internet. So I don't take things seriously. If I fell out with you before, now depending on what was done, hey, I could listen. Okay, you still over there, I still over here, but I don't have no hate in my heart for nobody. It's not personal at all. At all. And that's why I could say I pray for all parties involved. Everybody might feel a certain way about Toya or whatever, but I'm still praying for their family as a whole because they family at the end of the day. They are family. Like I said, we can all agree to disagree. We can feel a certain way about what has been done. Yeah, certain things been done. Who's right, who's wrong, but they still family. They still family. They have to consider that. And the most we can do is give our opinion and keep the prayers going up, child. Keep them going up. Thank you, Mia, for the super. She takes all supporters away with that passive aggressive begging, bitterness, and entitlement. Thank you for that super. Mia is crazy, y'all. One thing about Mia, she gonna talk her ish. Okay? Mia gonna talk big ish. If you know, you know. That's my dog, though. Let's see. Let's see. Bree has nothing to do with the family trauma. Dawn clearly said they've been having issues for years. Y'all, I get that. I do understand that. I look at everything, not just this situation in particular, but how it came about. Period. Not saying of course, she don't have nothing to do with their family trauma. Those issues was expressed. Like you could, if you really was paying attention, then you heard certain things that Dawn said and even when Toya went live, you heard certain things that was said that you could tell that it's been brewing, like stuff been happening, stuff been going on, feelings have been had. So it's not we can't put it on Bree, but what I'm saying is she initially bought the family business to the internet. And it just had a domino effect. It just had a domino effect. Let's see. Hey, Miss Gracie. Hey, Tip S. Let me see. Hey, Micheline. Hey, in my observation, it's crazy. She always promote other people's stuff, wearing these brands, but watch never rub that butt butter on her. You forget she the one who said it was cheap. So that's why I say people better pay attention. The reason why she's promoting that so hard, and this is switching the topic, y'all. She's promoting that body butter so hard because she ruined his brand. She ruined. You can't tell me that Ninja Turtle is over there selling all that body butter. He's not. Not even so much the sweatsuits. And what let me know that them sweatsuits ain't hitting on ish, ain't selling like they wanted to, is because when a person will go as far, especially if you hold yourself to a certain regard, certain standard, and you have millions of followers, if it's given desperation because you had to literally get in the comments and tell people, if y'all the first 20 people that purchase the jogging suits, I'm gonna give you a personal phone call and show you appreciation or thank you over the phone. Child, bye. I wish I would. Like, girl, what? That's how you know it's not hitting on ish. But she put it out there. She planted the seed, and this is what I be saying about impulsiveness. When you know you are very impulsive and emotional, certain things shouldn't come to the internet because then you try to backtrack. And Laonya been doing that since the beginning of the saga. It's too late to backtrack. You done already came out here and told everybody that this man body butter is cheap. You said he purchased it cheap, for cheap prices, and then separated into little jugs, and then put his cheap label on it and sell it to y'all for hire. You said all of that. You said all of that. And not to mention, he messed his own self up when he came out here and showed people where he be buying the bodysuits for $25 a pop and then charging $150 for them. You don't, child. I ain't never seen nothing like that in the history of niggerdom. I've never seen somebody come show people how much they paying for their product and then price gouging. Ain't no way. You paying $25 and you charging $150, and that ain't including taxes and shipping, baby. You lost all your little mind. Hey, Rakita. Hey, Miss Jackie. Let me see. Hey, Lady Love. Let me go down. Y'all, it's a lot of y'all in here. Y'all, please hit the like button for your girl. I don't know what the likes is doing. Hopefully they liking and not lacking. Hey, here for a good time. My ex, he's still my family. Lets me vent and leave it at that. He would never do what T husband did ever. Some lines you do not cross. I agree, y'all. I agree. Oh wow. Hey, Miss Lonnie. Hey, Elisa. I don't feel like it's fixable. Hey, Miss Lily. They need to Yanla. Hey, Miss Clarice. Love you. I'm sure says she don't feel like it's fixable. Like I said, I feel like Taylor Sean, if the only way it could be fixed, in my opinion, based on everything that has been done and brought to the internet, is if a certain party is excluded. Other than that, it's no fixing. It's no fixing it. Because if you really think about it, most of the harshness came from the husband. So if he was excluded, then maybe they could fix it. But they have to want to, y'all. At the end of the day, they have to want to fix the situation. Because people can say stuff all day long. We on the outside looking in. We are just speculating. We on the outside looking in. Their issues is their issues. And that's for the ones who say, I feel like everybody should stay out of it. I agree. It is family business, even though it's on the internet. But they have to want to fix their situation. Regardless of our opinions or whatever we say is what we say, that's not affecting what's already there. They have to want to fix their own situation. It's a lot of trauma, it's a lot of hurt, and you know, they gotta want to fix it. That's it, that's all. That's it. That's all. It's up to them if they decide to repair or just keep it pushing. Regardless of what other people say, we not in their family. We just, speculators, spectators, whatever you want to call it, child. Thank you, Renita. You say if they could take the emotions out of it, then it may be fixable. Otherwise, I don't know. Only time will tell. It's gonna take time. It's definitely not an overnight type of situation. It will not happen overnight. It's gonna take a lot of time, y'all. A lot of time, and therapy is definitely needed. A situation like this cannot be fixed without therapy. Cannot. Cannot. Exactly. Holding a family meeting with Toy and her husband. Hey, Boo Love. Hey, Miss Tanya. Oh, let's see. Let me go down. Thank you again, Liz. I didn't know that was you. Hey, Belinda. This is. This is. But I feel like Liz say I've been in the bushes. This is a never ending saga. I feel like it needs to be separated though. Because I feel a lot of people basically speak on it as a whole, because it's some who don't do the content creator beef, and there's some who do, and then there's some who well, the ones who just blog on the parties, the actual influencers. So it definitely needs to be some type of separation. It definitely needs to, because it then became a situation where it's like, dang, I'm trying Steph's puffing stuff. It's a lot of y'all in here. It's hard to keep up, and it's especially I feel like some be wanting you to read all the comments, but that's impossible. I can't read them all. If I try to read all y'all comments, I will never be able to catch up. Josh family better look out. At this point, they both y'all know I've been saying for the longest they are both each other's karma. They are both each other's karma. They meant to be, but I feel like something going on. It's definitely something going on in that situation, especially after her post. Especially after her post, child. Like I just told y'all about it. Hold on, let me see. She said, it's almost spring break. I'm about to be like, it's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. I ain't got no kids. Laughing emojis. And them kids ain't got me. Mama dropped them kids off with their daddies. You deserve a break. And then she put feeling excited at the top. And they had people in the comments saying, well, what about the twins? Because if you and the daddy together, how you gonna drop them off, baby? How you gonna drop them off? So I feel like something is definitely going on. We already know he been doing his big one in them DMs, child. But how you gonna drop all your kids off? And you literally just came back from LA on a break. Didn't you say there's nothing wrong with having a break while you was on a break in LA with the twins and with they daddy? While your other babies was at home with Waltz? Make it make sense. I want to know who she's dropping the twins off to, y'all, because didn't she say they ain't going nowhere until they're walking and talking? She ain't leaving them with nobody. So that's not a break, but she's speaking like she won't have any kids. Unless, like I said, she's dropping them to Janostro. Child wouldn't leave my dog with him. I wouldn't leave my dog with him, child. Because he don't give the type that could properly watch cheering anyway. Um, Let me see. Hey, Miss Kathy. Hey, Queen Money Gang. I mean, Queen Money Stole Gang. Let's see. I'm gonna hit the like button every live. Wish her the best, but I can't support. Hey, Queen Lily. All right, y'all. Let's switch the heat up just a little bit. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna let her slide. Let her slide. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Miss Pamela. I just could not accept the number. Hey, guys, Childy. You say butterfly. Yep, she's the blade for the eggs, the ham, and the cheese. Matter of fact, y'all crazy, bro. Y'all are crazy. I love you more, Lizzie Liz. Thank you, my girl. Thank you for your support. Hold on, y'all. I need to blow my nose. All right, I'm back, y'all. I got a cold, so I had to go blow my nose because I got my sinuses is running, baby. Running. That's why I barely got a voice. Where am I at? Y'all, let me say this. I have to say this. This is what makes me feel like some be trolls, right? Because if I say something and basically try to give context to something that could possibly be misconstrued, and you keep going and going in the comments as if you're intentionally not trying to understand where I'm coming from, that's what give off troll behavior. Like if I'm telling you basically I'm agreeing with you and you keep going and going, it's giving troll. It's giving you're intentionally trying to cause confusion. And that's not cool. That's not like that. It's not cool, baby. And that's how people get blocked. Like, let's not do that. Let's be adults. Let's be grown. Let's have dialogue. It don't have to be difficult. And I understand that I even have some lie on your supporters here now. I know that. I know that because people that inbox me before saying they don't agree with certain things. I support her, but I love your content. And it's no issue with that because it's not personal. I don't hate nobody. And that's why I hate when people throw me in a box with other CCs because at the end of the day, I don't drag her over here. You might not agree with my content or my opinion, but I'm not dragging, I'm not defaming, I'm not slandering. You don't hear me talking about her looks. You don't hear me talking negatively about her kids. I might throw in there every blue moon how I disagree with, her how she mothers because we all can see uh what's going on. We all can see that, but I don't do all of that. I don't because it's not like I said, it's not personal, it's business. Just because I speak on it and it's 95% of my content don't mean it's personal. Because I don't even go live every day. I don't even go live every day. So that really pisses me off when people try to say, oh, y'all all no, we ain't. I'm not in nobody's courthouse. I'm not defaming nobody. Laonia couldn't sue me if she wanted to. Because it's not that. Just because you don't agree with it, criticism will not always be agreed with. You're gonna have some that's gonna agree and some that won't. And it's cool. It's cool, but some people I feel like be taking it extremely too far in the comments, being disrespectful and this and that, and child getting blocked for dumb stuff. It's not that serious, baby. This is the internet. This is the internet. I know y'all heard Dawn say the girl likes to be talked about. And I've been knowing that. I've been in the saga since the beginning. You could tell because it was times where we literally stopped talking about her and she'll do something so off the wall. So it's true what Dawn said. Trust the plus. It is very true. Everybody wants to be relevant on the internet. The only thing is they don't want the backlash. They don't want people not in that's not enabling them. They want the enablers. They want everybody to be stuck in their ASS. And it don't work like that. You're gonna get some people who's gonna agree with you and love you, and you're gonna get some people who don't agree with you and dislike your behavior. That's the internet, period. That's the internet. But keep that in mind. Everybody wants to be relevant. Everybody wants to be talked about. Will it always be positive? No. No, it won't. But that's life. You can't have it both ways. You can't live in a world where everything on the internet is in your favor, especially if you're doing crazy ish. If you're not living positively or putting out positivity, you can't expect to get that in return. Make it make sense. Let's keep it above. Um, Let me see. Oh, child. Thank you, Lady Divine, for the super. She was the one who threw it out there. Hey, Miss Vanessa. Hold on, y'all. Let me call. I just hate being sick, child. I hate being sick, especially when I be one because I'm goofy. I laugh a lot. And when that laugh come with a cough, child. Um, okay, Kim said it's also a lot of people on this here app acting like they're praying for the siblings, but really happy they fell out. Sad to say. That's why I trust no one, period. Well, I can honestly say I'm not one of those people, Kim. And I think you probably know that because if I was, I talk about it on a regular. That's how you could tell. Let me not say that. But y'all see what I do my content on. It's not that serious. Like all money ain't good money. It ain't, and sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it ain't worth it. I could have been saying stuff because I peep shit. I peep stuff just like everybody else. I peep the hypocrisy. I peep the contradictions, all of that. And if I really wanted to bring firecrackers, I could have been did that. But I don't move like that. That's why, like I said, I did this one, and y'all don't get stuff like this often from me. Y'all know that. But I had to just a little bit just say, just a little bit, not too much. Hey Jazz, not too much, just a little. Let me see. And this was mainly for the ones who, like I said, crucified me. But now they're saying worse. This ain't even really about the family. This is about the ones who had a lot to say about me, crucified me when my V notes came to the internet without my permission, and I was crucified for my personal opinions and feelings. And now it's like everybody agree, child by. Hey, Special K. Um, and they recorded him buying them $25 suits. She was recording. That's the crazy part. She was recording while he was saying and he was telling people what it was. You don't ever do that. You don't get. That's like giving your sauce away, giving your recipe away. And that's probably why not too many people bought them. Because once people started putting it out there that, oh, he only paid $25 for that. Who ain't nobody finna go pay $150 for something? All you did was put your logo on. That's like crazy. That's some crazy work, child. Hey, one of a kind. Ain't nobody buying that is no matter how much she's promoting that gutter butter in my female voice. And it's her fault. This one for you, spiritual butterfly, because this is her fault. This is her fault because she was the one who came out here very emotional and impulsive when she was mad at him. And she said it's his cheap ass body butter. And she put his recipe out there. She let everybody know he ain't really cooking it up, that it came from a manufacturer, a cheap manufacturer at that. And she said in so many words, he price gouges. He pays really cheap, which, let me say this because I want to be unbiased. A lot of business people do. A lot of business people do. They buy things for cheap. I mean, that is the game, right? But it just hit different when it's put out there for everybody. No, but she was the one who put it out there. She let everybody know that this is what it is. He planned y'all. And now you want everybody to buy it? It don't work like that. People ain't gonna forget just because y'all didn't reconcile or made up. They ain't gonna forget. You was the one who told people clearly when you put it out there that it was cheap. That means you didn't want nobody to buy it or support him. So now because y'all on good terms or y'all back clucking, now you want people to start back buying it after you just told us it was cheap and he was stealing ideas from this person and that person. Child, listen. Hey Roz. Hey True Slayer. Yes, y'all hit the like button. Um, Let me see. That saga, because it's over, has taken a whole lot of ugly turns. It has. Hey Camille. Hey Crystal. It has. It has. And that's the most disheartening part of it all is to see siblings not getting along. Or, getting to a point on the internet where it's seeming like it's at a point of no return. That's the most disheartening part of it all. Because nobody want to fall out with their family like that. Let's keep it a buck, y'all. Nobody. We can say who right, who wrong, this and that, but like I told Dawn in her live, I could hear the hurt in her voice. I could hear the hurt. She felt like her back was against the wall, even though, like I said, I don't agree with people coming to the internet. Period. It don't even matter if it's family, friends, whatever. I never agreed with personal stuff coming to the internet. It happened to me before, and I didn't like it. So, but everybody is different. I won't crucify Dawn for doing what she did because I believe Dawn is a good person. I really do believe that. I really believe she's a good person, and hopefully one day they can get to a point of resolve or cordialness or something. Because at the end of the day, they still blood, and I know they mama wouldn't want to see them fight like that. Let's see. Mama Bear be taking notes. Good and stay gone. Wait, good and stay gone because the sun sure is shining today. Okay, I wouldn't leave I wouldn't leave a fly for him to babysit. He looked like he'll fall asleep on them chairs. Hey Terry, bro, thank you for the copyright. Hey Miss Beverly. Hey Miss Patricia. He looked like he'll fall asleep on them chairs. Okay. Oh, speaking of that, thank you, Queen Lily, because my source did send this to me. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I might have to read the copyright. Where is it? Hold on. Hold on. Dang. Hold on. Where is it? Let me find it, y'all. Because it was something that was posted about the mom guilt. Hold up. And she didn't like it either, child. Somebody said something on her snap, and she did not like it. Wait, let me go to my message. Make sure y'all hitting the like, please. Hit the like for your girl. All right, is this it? Let me make sure it ain't no music. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna play it for y'all. Cause let's see. Okay, y'all. So this first part, okay, she just went get her hair done, right? And somebody, if y'all remember, because we talked about this on my live Saturday night about the Rev hair blow dryer that was $400 something that she got her supporter to buy her, right? So somebody asked her about a hair dryer, and I think they was talking about her other one, the one she said she's gonna be using now, and not the Rev hair one that she made that lady pay all that money for. So hold on, let's play it. The lady said,
"Hey, baby, the name."
she said, "What's the name of that brush dryer, Bree? I need deets, please, mama. Your hair is beautiful and healthy. I love you." Okay, let's play it.
Of the comb dryer I was using is called the Knot Doctor. I'm gonna put my link right here for my Amazon, so you can see all the stuff I use for my hair.
Ain't that like a slap in the face? Imagine doing a review on a dryer that you already have and a dryer that you asked for your supporters to purchase, and one lady paid $400 something for that hair dryer for you because you asked for it. You asked for it. Then you do a review and tell everybody that the dryer is basically some trash and you don't see what's the hype and it's expensive. Now, mind you, you asked for it. You would think a person with consideration, uh, would at least say, well, I'm gonna buy this myself because I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not, and I ain't gonna let my supporter waste their money. But you gonna give out basically, she's gonna give out recommendation for her other dryer to this lady. Listen, y'all, close my door too.
And the other people who in my comments asking me what I used to grow my hair and my vitamins I took, because I'm taking the Mary Ruth's vitamins, hair, skin, and nails gummies. This tastes so good, but it tastes just like candy. But I'm gonna put it right here so y'all can see all the stuff I use for my hair, whether it's for my curly hair, what I wash with to help grow my hair, and all that good stuff. Okay. Maybe here's the link to the. I guess it's y'all being sensitive now and not me.
So this question, somebody in the comments said, she just asked you a question. Why you being so defensive? That's something you shared. And she just asking how you doing her question. Wait, and she just asked you, wait, hold on, y'all. And she just asking how you doing. Her question don't deserve this response. Are you good? So this how she responded to that lady.
All I did was respond and read what I read and responded how I responded. Y'all the ones bothered, not me. Moving on. I guess. Thanks, love.
All I did was respond how I responded and read what I read. Y'all the ones bothered, not me. Clearly, you was bothered because you popped off on the lady. I think I have that part too, but the way it was recorded, hold on, y'all. So the lady here says, she says that mommy guilt when you have to leave the hospital without your baby is real. Having to leave having to leave my baby in the NICU for 2 months gave me a nervous breakdown. I had to get on anxiety medication because I could not stop crying and feeling like a failure. I felt like my body failed my baby. I just couldn't forgive myself. Stop, Pam. Put that back. Stop digging in my drawer. Get out of here. Go in your room. She said, my bad, y'all. I just couldn't forgive myself for getting back healthy while my baby was still at the hospital fighting for her life. It's been 10 years and I still can barely think about it without breaking down. Dang, 10 years? It was such a hard time. You handled it like a pro, lady. She handled it like a pro because it wasn't real, baby. The lady literally left her kids 2 months after her twins was born, took the twins and went to LA. That's why she handled, and I think that lady knew that. And that's why she made this post. It wasn't genuine. I think the lady said that because she really dealt with mom guilt. And she know Laoya ain't dealt with no doggone mom guilt. Because if she really dealt with mom guilt, you think she would have hauled tail at 2 a.m. in the morning to leave her kids again for a whole week at that? Child bye. So the lady said, you handled it like a pro, lady, and like you said, if it's not something you've ever experienced, then one should just keep their freaking mouth shut. Humans really suck sometimes, but keep shining, baby girl. Okay, let's play.
Love, I appreciate it. Yes, some people who just will never understand what it's like to have a baby in NICU and being able to have.
Listen to what she say, y'all. Hold on, let me go back just a little.
Who just will never understand what it's like to have a baby in NICU and being able to have to leave your children and go be with your other children. And it was just a lot. But now that they home, mommy is great. I don't need to have mommy guilt ever for what. Now that all my kids are in one place, it's a wonderful feeling once your babies get home.
Okay, make that make sense, y'all. Please make that make sense. If you know what mom guilt is, put it in the comments. Mom guilt is literally guilt that you feel, emotions that you feel, and I think it's kind of tied to postpartum a little bit, maybe linked to depression a little bit or whatever. But it's guilt that you feel for having to, be away from your kids in any situation. It ain't just for the hospital. It ain't just when you give birth to your kids, to your child, whatever, and then you have to leave your other kids at home. Mom guilt is mom guilt, regardless. You can't pick and choose when you want to utilize that situation. That's like selective outrage. Selective being the key word. No, it don't work like that. You can't come on the internet crying and looking for sympathy and validation and telling all of your supporters, I feel like it's not enough outrage for mom guilt. Basically saying y'all need to be talking about it more, and now we are. We're calling out the fakeness that you portrayed when it came to mom guilt, and then you backdooring and leaving your kids 2 months later, and now looking forward to being away from them again. What's the difference? What's the difference? You just came back from LA and you are already excited talking about you need a break, another break away from your kids for spring break. They're going, you dropping them to their dad. So what is the difference, y'all? Please tell me. What's the difference between her leaving her kids for a week at a time going across country and her leaving her kids while she's in the hospital giving birth. Child, make it make sense, please. Let's see if it's similar to this one.
I always think that.
No, this one is pictures. Okay, let's see. What is this one?
Girl, just being Brianna. If you head up,
Oh no, that's something else. I don't know why I thought it was another one. Maybe that was it. That probably was the only one that I got. Hold on, let me see, y'all. Okay, yeah, that was the only one. I don't know why I thought I had another one. But please make it make sense. Somebody let me know what is the difference. Anybody know? Anybody know? Like, can you really be selective in that situation? And it's the fact that nobody calls out the BS. Nobody called cap but us. Like, come on now. It should be only so many times you can come online and play in people's face. Play in people's face. Let me see. Let me go down. See what y'all talking about. Hey Talisa. Hey One of a Kind. Hey Erica. Hey Miss Nancy. Hey Miss Nana Karen. Um, hey, it's Kyra, baby. I was trying to figure out who that was. I'm like, you change your name, you say, and guess what, Pac? When they crucified you, shit, I stood with you because, baby, it is what it is, honey. The real Ben seen the play on that note. You did. I gotta say that. You and Miss Mia, y'all stood 10 toes down. Okay? It was some others too. Well, all my supporters, really, because, like I said, I only lost like 5, but then I gained thousands. Okay? So, but y'all was vocal. Let me say that. Y'all were definitely vocal. Shout out to y'all. Let me see. She did. She did. Uh, let's see. Why not wait for spring break? Exactly. Exactly. Like make it make sense. Why but here's the thing, y'all. Y'all gotta pay attention to the play. She left at like 2 o'clock in the morning, so it was given frantic. It was given all of a sudden, it was given on the spot, it was given something happened. Okay. Something happened that caused her to just randomly up and go to LA. It wasn't nothing planned. It was on the spot. Pay attention to the context visually, not just words. Context can come visually too. And when I say visually, meaning everything that she did in that moment, like it was so random. Why you just up and left your children? And you know, for the most part, when you're a mother, you have to plan in advance. You have to make preparations for your other kids. She just left them cheering on Walt Child. Hotel left, was gone for about a week, then posting stuff to make it just for her conscience, but putting it on to the supporters. That's what you call gaslight. Basically saying, oh, it's okay to get a break and do this and do that. Don't feel bad, ladies. Talking about herself. Talking about herself, the projection is real. It's okay, y'all. Don't feel bad. We all deserve a break, even if it's from our kids, right? Ain't nothing wrong with a little break here and there. You don't have to feel bad. Let them cheer and go to their daddy. Girl, just say you flew across the country to go get some peen and to keep an eye on your ninja because y'all had issues before he left. Tell the truth. Instead of gaslighting all the time. Or try to make other people uh validate you in your wrongdoing. That's some crazy work, child. Make it make sense. True Slayer said, I bet she returned that $400 hair dryer and got the credit like a deliberate scam. Did she ever even show the dryer? She did. I don't, you probably wasn't in the live, but she did a video doing her hair and compared it to her other dryer and basically said the dryer is some trash. And so many words, she won't be using it again because her other one dries her hair faster and it's easier. Even though, let's keep in mind, she did say that She bought it for her kids, right? But she used it in her hair. We still have yet to see it be used in the kid's hair, even though she said it was for the kids' child. Mom guilt is just what it is called. Facts, Raquel. Like, come on now. What mom behave like she do about their newborn? She want to be outside so bad with her kids to buy and run behind her nail. Huh. If y'all notice, okay, she's moving, and some might disagree, but in my opinion, based off of everything I've seen thus far covering this story, she's moving as if when she go from certain relationship to a different relationship, she moves as if the other kids don't matter. And I hate to say that, but it's that's what it looked like. Like, let me put them on the back burner because I done started this new relationship, and I'm gonna make the kids that I have in this new relationship relevant, more relevant than my other kids. Basically showing uh what's the word, y'all? Showing a difference, differentiating, like she said, but she said the word wrong. I think she said differentiate between the other kids and the twins. And you shouldn't do that. If anything, because you just went to LA with the twins and them twins' daddy, you should be spending spring break with your kids and bringing them somewhere. Because you know Sleepy ain't got no money. He ain't going to bring them nowhere. Or unless you send some money. Because from what I heard, you got to pay for stuff when they go meet him. Just for them to do extracurricular activities. Okay. So you would think because, like I said, she just came back from a week vacation in LA, living her and her twins and Janasha's best life, funding the whole trip because you know he ain't paid for nothing. Not the way he ate them wings. The way that Ninja Turtle ate them wings, that's how you eat wings when you ain't paid for them. Okay? Leaving all that meat on them wings. Child, I got one of my mama sisters will go upside your head. She see you eating them wings like that. You better eat that to the bone. You don't need no meat on no wings. You could tell he ain't paid for them wings. Because you know when you pay for stuff and you really value your coins, baby, you ain't leaving nothing. That's like going to a restaurant and ordering some, eat half the food and leaving the rest. Child, you better bring me a doggy bag. You better bring me a container. I ain't leaving nothing. I'm taking the rolls on the table, the butter in the little containers, the what they call it? Utensils if they plastic. Give me it all. Okay, I paid for it. Right? We paid for it. So we taking it. That ninja ate like he didn't pay for that meal. And that's on period. We seen it. We all seen what happened. But she just lived her best life for a whole week based on her, the content that she did give while she was there. So why not? Because you only get the kids only get a week off for spring break, right? I know mine do. I don't know how it is in their area, but for the most part, spring break ain't nothing but a week off. So why not take that time since you just went on your trip solo dolo with the twins and they diddy? Why not take that time to spend and bring your kids somewhere? Since they had to miss out, why not you bring them somewhere for spring break? Oh, but no, we gonna say we need another break and we gonna give them to their daddy and then we gonna tell our supporters, don't feel bad, y'all. Drop them to their daddy. Don't feel bad. You need a break too. Let me see. Let me see what y'all talking about. Let's let me go a little bit. Um, what mom behaved like she do about their newborn? She want to be outside so bad without her kids to buy and run behind who them. I think I read that. Yep, that girl needs help. She's so unaware of who she is, what she does, and says, and the effects of it all. Hey, but she is still going to have the twins. That's what I'm saying. But listen, that's the thing though, Erica. Is she though? Because if her and Janashus aren't really together, we already know they don't live together. She got her place, he got his. And it don't seem like he giving up his place, B. Because here's my thing. If he was really in it for the long haul and had the marrying intentions, he would have moved her and her kids into his home. It's a free house. It's a free house. It's a paid for house. He would have moved them in. If he had the right intention, ain't no way y'all done past 2 years in that relationship and y'all still not living together. Child by that man is unattached. Okay? He do not want to be attached. That man is single. He's in a situationship when he with you, but he's single when he by himself. Trust the plus. You got to know it. Ain't no way. I ain't never seen a situation where we living separately, but we together and we been together for over 2 years. Have y'all? Let's be honest. What situation you know? Because the easiest way, the most accurate way to get to know a person is to live with them. Like this, like the saying say, you don't know them till you live with them. So how I'm gonna know if you right for me, for the long haul if we ain't living together? Even he said, let me bring it back to y'all recollection. If y'all remember when he did that live, not long after they announced their pregnancy, when he said, I'm not ready for a baby. We not ready. We need to get to know each other better after the procreation happened. What you mean you need to get to know we need to get to know each other better? Like you ain't been laid up in my house for a whole year acting like my co-star knowing you sleeping in my bed. Child by or going live in the basement acting like you in somebody else's house when I'm upstairs. Listen, y'all know that the vibes, y'all know what they was doing. So it's like that's a slap in the face. We need to get to know each other better. Like they wasn't together that whole entire time pretending on the internet like they was co-stars. I was looking at my receipts the other day. I even seen a screenshot where she was congratulating him. This was early on in the saga. She was congratulating him on his success. He in the comments talking about thanks, sis. That's when they was really trying to play. I think he was still with Chrissy at that time, baby. Okay. Listen, let me see. Running around looking like Shamar. You crazy one of a kind. Y'all is crazy. Bree said, I ain't sending no chicken wing money for you to trick with. I'll do you one better. I'm on my way to now to feed you myself. That's what it gave. That's what it gave. They could say what they want, but it was definitely some trouble in paradise. That's a good. Because think about it, y'all. Outside, what other reason do you know somebody to just randomly, all of a sudden on the spot, be searching for flights to leave at 2 a.m. in the morning to go meet a ninja across the country? Like, what would be the reason? Unless you trying to catch them doing something. I don't understand. That's something you plan in advance. Unless you got a private jet, you could just, get up and go at any given moment, any day, any time because you got a private jet. But this ain't that. This ain't that, baby. Hey, loving my curve. Especially that they have kids. Facts, Cindy. Like they acting like the other kids don't exist. Gallivanting and stuff. If anything, I would be keeping my cheering for spring break and they should be doing something as a family as a whole. Because mind you, Lala was already in her feelings because she kept going up there to New York and leaving them behind. So I can only imagine how she's feeling now, getting left behind, ma'am. I know it. Issues like that don't just go away, especially if the behavior continues. The only way the issues go away if it's changed behavior. But if you still doing the same thing, you can't tell me the kid's not still feeling the same way. Period. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, y'all. Hey, Essie Island. Um, you say now, no, I did that living stuff before, and I ain't doing it again unless we engage. I own a home, so no, definitely not leaving my house, and I expect you to have your own. And I feel like that's different. That's different, but in most cases, for the most part, if we look at like statistics and stuff like that, most people in a relationship live together. It's not too often that you see people living apart. It ain't too often. Or with, like that old school mentality that we need to be married first. You don't see that too often, unless it's certain religions. So we know this ain't that for them. Hey, Lakiria. I'm just saying the name all wrong. I hope I said it right. Hey, Miss Lolita. Is like Connell living in LA now or just so called working? I don't even know. I would say working, but you never know with him. You never know. Did she go back home yet? That's how much I keep up with her. I think so. Because she's talking about getting rid of the kids again for spring break. So I'ma assume she back home. To go on me somebody. One. Just one. 1 minute. And bring it back. Thank you. That lady should have stayed with her husband. She been out there down bad. Facts. They could say what they want about RH. We know how they feel about him already. But one thing they can't say is it wasn't no structure in their house, and he did not neglect her children. He made sure her children was included. He kept them done up. Boys stayed with haircuts, girls stayed with hairdos. Now, what's the difference now? That's how you know she was with a real man. Because a real man gonna make sure you stay on your P's and Q's when it comes to your kids and your household. Now it's like neglect everybody except for myself and this ninja. RH didn't let her do that. He didn't let her forget about her children or exclude her children. Say what you want about that man, but you cannot deny the difference in the dynamic. You can't. You cannot deny it. Every trip was a family trip. How often did we see RH and Lawanya go on a trip by themselves? Well, they have to keep them kids like that when RH was around. No, you gonna stand on your motherly business. You gonna stand on that, baby. You gonna keep your kids. And hence why she said, I felt like I was always in the house with my kids. Them your kids. That's one thing I cannot stand. And not just for her, but any situation. A person complaining about their kids, their responsibility to their kids, or getting mad at family members. Because I got family members like that. They get mad at family because they don't want to babysit. Them your kids. You can't get mad. I've never got mad at my mama for. Well, let me say this: my mama never denied watching my children, which I don't never ask for a babysitter. If anything, they be trying to get the kids for me, especially when they were small, because I'm that mama that stays in the house with her cheering. Okay, my kids ain't never went to daycare, never. I don't play that. Thank you too. Why you got a napkin? It's hot. It's a little hot. It's not bad. Oh no, we ain't doing that. They gonna be with me until they go to school. Period. And they could talk. They could talk, but getting mad because the family member ain't doing it child by. We ain't doing that. I would never. And that's what I mean when I say you need to be prepared physically, mentally, and emotionally before you procreate with anybody. With anybody. Just like Foot Meat over there blaming the baby daddies for everything. Child, where is your accountability? Because the least you can do is keep a roof, whether it be a 1, 2, or 3 bedroom. That's your responsibility. Because whether you have them kids or not, you still need a house. Whether you have them kids or not, you still need water. You still need lights. You still need food. You need all of those things to make it with kids or without kids. Now, granted, the man is supposed to be there and take care of their kids. I'm not saying that. Don't get it misconstrued because there's a lot of people that like to get things misconstrued. What I'm saying is these things are needed whether the man is there or not. So when you decide to have children, you need to make sure you're prepared in all aspects of life because that man could come today and leave tomorrow. Period. It ain't guaranteed, baby. The closest guarantee is if you have them after you're married. But other than that, child, listen. So while she over there talking about, I need to apologize to my kids for, you know, picking the wrong daddies. You made five every time. You played a part, baby. Because keep in mind, two of your kids got the same daddy. So you definitely need to be apologizing. But for your part, because you also play a role in why those men ain't there too. Who want to deal with you? Y'all remember I read those messages where she was telling Rex that the little boy ain't for him just to get under his skin. Who want to deal with a baby mama like that? She's one of those baby mamas that will literally make the kids suffer because of how she is. She will push the man away. If it ain't her way, she pushing him away, using the kids as a pawn. That's her energy. That's how she moves. And that's probably why none of those baby daddies have nothing to do with her. Them children gotta suffer and wait to see their daddies when they of age because of her behavior. Look how she doing RH and their child is dang near grown. Child by whole hot mess and a half while you over there want to share my life. You need to be listening to little Miss uh illiterate, the audacity. Girl, you are little Miss Bitterboot. All up and through. Because there is no reason why you should be making posts insulting this man for sharing y'all child in a positive way. Ain't no reason why. That screams bitter. Why you got multiple baby daddies, at least you can, when it comes to RH, at least you can say he was there for his child 97% of her life. Up until now with the Laonia situation. And that's, you can't even say he ain't there now. Because I heard Dawn say he sent some money to her this morning. While y'all over there calling that man a DB. He doing what he can. Even Dawn said that. He's having a hard time financially. Y'all literally contributed to messing up his livelihood, but got the nerve to call him a DB after you helped try to take him down. Girl, please go back to elementary school. Talking about some RN. Girl, bye. Them instructors gonna laugh. You need all remedial classes. And I ain't even want to do that, but she tissed me off. Make it make sense. You helping your child. You know what? Let me shut up. Let me shut up because that's a whole nother conversation, y'all. And listen, Linda. I was about to say something real ignorant because that's a conversation that needs to be had too. Because it's a lot of mamas out here that will teach their children their ways. Let me just say that. Thank you, Lakeria. Thank you for that cash out, my girl. I appreciate you. Let me see. Like it is, y'all, and it's real sad. It's real sad. Shout out to Dawn for that disclaimer that she gave. Shout out to her for that disclaimer. You know, basically telling her niece, you know, don't do that to your dad. You know, just like you say, don't when people say stuff about your mom, you cut them off. Do the same thing with your dad, because at the end of the day, you know your dad was there. For real, Raquel, she really not. Hey, Kia. She really not, y'all. Like, this is crazy. But anyways, y'all, I'm finna get up off of here. I've been on here almost 2 hours, y'all, and I'm hungry. I ain't all day since I brought him to the dentist this morning. But I love y'all on this good old Monday, baby. Thank y'all for tuning in, rocking out with your girl. I hope nobody take this live the wrong way. I just wanted to get a little bit off my chest. Not too much. Not too much, child. I'm praying for all parties involved. Because at the end of the day, I don't never want to see family in this type of situation. Period. Because I wouldn't want to be in this type of situation with my family. Regardless of anything, I feel like everybody should be praying for the best when it comes, not siding with certain siblings, not this, not that, but just praying for the best. Praying for the best. Because if you know you wouldn't want to be in a certain situation with your family member, then don't pray on the downfall of other people's family either. You know, but like I said, it has to be wanted on both sides. So it's gonna take time. If reconciliation is, wanted in the future, it's gonna take time, y'all. It's gonna take time. But just pray for all parties involved, including the brothers, because they were brought up as well. But anyways, I love y'all. Thank you, sweet queen, my love. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
That goes by. People always ask me why black holes. Listen up, baby girl, shit, I'm about to let you know why I always got a black holes. Whoa. They talking shit up in my comments. Yeah, they don't know, but I'm about to block them. Cause every day, I block holes. They be being shady, yeah. Whoa. Cause you know I block holes, baby. In different area codes, baby. You never know, but I block